Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another episode of Wuthering Waves going mainstream while being completely unsponsored. And yes, the situation over here is going to be regarding a name that we've talked about in the past when it comes to this game going mainstream, and that is, of course, TenZ. As you're all aware, this is a guy that has had a bit of a history with Wuthering Waves, decided to start diving into the game right before the collab, and, well, he did that in preparation to actually play the Edgerunners collab. And we've gotten a bit of a look into what his takes were regarding the collab after he went through playing all of it. And don't worry, we'll go through the journey of him actually playing it as well, but why don't we start with the main takeaway first?
0-10, how do you rate the collab? This is the best fucking collab in gaming history.
And this is something that I feel like a lot of people have kind of been insinuating. We all know about what collabs traditionally are in the gaming space. Oftentimes, they'll just be, hey, we added this dude to the game as a playable character. There's no story integration to them. Just go buy their DLC for $9 and you can go play them in game. Or like, hey, we unlocked like some new outfit skins that look like they're based off of this IP. It's available for $10. Go buy it in game. That's the extent of a lot of AAA collabs. And that's not necessarily like a bad thing, right? Assuming that's what they're going for. But in terms of like a collab that actually like, you know, extends the IP, makes it actually have like a presence in the collaborating game, and of course, make it like a meaningful experience. This is probably the one that's going to stay top of mind for a lot of people for possibly, I don't know, like years, decades, who knows?
This is the I don't think I've ever cried on stream before.
And like, so we're gonna try to keep this as like PC as possible. If you know TenZ and you know like the history of this guy on stream, then you'd recognize I feel like that's kind of crazy, right? Like if you just understand the historical context of this guy on streams and the topical areas that were covered with him on stream, crying over this and then not crying over certain other things is kind of wild. And now you see bro like reminiscing over. Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
It's just a fucking...
I don't think I've ever fucking cried on stream, let alone cry from a fucking sponsor. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
So yeah, I don't know, like, I think he mentioned something about crying from a sponsor over there. Was he sponsored or was he not playing this? Wait, so was he sponsored or was he not playing this? That stream he was sponsored. Oh, he had a stream, he had streams before where he wasn't sponsored. True, okay. He started before the collab, he was playing unsponsored, and then for this one stream over here, his one out of like, I don't know, like 5 WuWa streams he's done, he was sponsored for this one, just to do the story. So that's just the slight clarification over there. It's the outlier in this situation. But as you can see, the reaction is quite apparent. And this is the main reaction that most people are having. Gacha players or not, mainstream or not, that is the main take that people are having from the collab. And this is how wild something like this is. TenZ is somebody, like I mentioned before, that has a bit of a reputation. And that reputation is both good, that reputation is both bad. It's like notorious, but also famous, right? We all know him as like one of those guys that's like the best, like one of like the best Valorant players ever. And then that, you know, that career kind of like went on a bit of a journey, especially with some of like the public relational stuff that he's had. But this is just the type of like viral situation that he had going on during his one sponsored stream that's starting to go mainstream everywhere. So why don't we take a look at this clip over here that's obviously already at 500k views in less than 24 hours. This is the definition of going viral. And then, of course, the other impacts it's having on the space. And so, spoiler warning, this is the ending part of the quest over here, where after, like, the whole journey you go on with the Edgerunners cast, Lucy is able to, like, reunite with like those frequencies of like David and stuff, and then you get like the song playing and all of that, and it's like you know, it's an emotional moment for some people. So, like, yeah, no, he took some damage from this one. And again, I'm trying my best to use like delicate language over here, but it's like this one has like the double impact of, obviously, it's an emotional quest that a lot of people are going to have a naturally emotional reaction to, but there's probably some this situation's like an onion. That's the best way for me to describe it. This situation's like an onion, and it has layers. And when you know how those layers have been constructed, it's not surprising at all for a guy like him to react this hard in this context. I'm assuming he's also watched Edgerunners as well. So it's like you got like that built up trauma, then you naturally got the recent situation that has occurred, right? Who knows? Maybe he watched Edgerunners with his ex. That could have happened as well, right? We don't know, but naturally, when he's kind of like been in like the forefront for that situation that occurred months ago, and then we see like this, it's a bit heartbreaking, right? It's a bit heartbreaking. And I feel like everyone's able to relate, at least in like some way, either through like basic human empathy. Maybe this is something you've experienced before. But guys, this is not, you can kind of like begin to see. There's a reason why this is going so viral. It's because this is like bringing up the baggage from a long time ago, and it kind of just looks like it's all getting kind of let loose right now. And this is another thing that I'll say. I'm not somebody that really gets too up close and personal, getting up into like somebody's personal business like this. That's why I'm doing my best just to give like a factual sort of like summary of the situation, because I'm gonna be real over here, right? It was a decision to like just power through this on stream, even though, right, he kind of like felt all of like the emotions like boiling up and stuff like that. It definitely was a decision to kind of like push forward, keep going, not take a break or anything like that. And naturally, right, what I'm going to say is it was his decision to do this. And so I'm naturally going to try to respect that. But it's also like, well, bro, yeah, like, bro, you spawned 500k views in like 12 hours. So like somebody's going to have to talk about it, right? Hopefully we're doing a respectable job over here with that. I hope you guys understand. So yeah, bro just went up, straight up, did that on the sponsored stream in front of potentially, I think, like thousands of people. That's probably what occurred over here. People saw it live on stream, then went to go look on Twitter to see some of the reactions to it. Yeah, guys, it's legitimately, this was less than 12 hours ago. And it's one of the most viral Wuthering Waves posts ever. 2K bookmarks, 1.2K retweets. And he had 8,000 viewers while he was watching it. Great. 8,000 viewers while watching it. And this is the comments describing this situation. It's funny as fuck, though. TenZ shows more emotion playing WuWa than when he won a Valorant tournament. Is this the Valorant Championship tournament? I don't fucking know. So I guess this is basically saying that, like, yeah. Yeah, which is, that's hilarious. However, this has gone further than Twitter. This has gone further than just some discussions online. This has gone further, right, than just like some goofy little posts over here showing that he got mocked by the collab. Bro's also featured on, and guys, If you know about this subreddit, he's also featured on live stream fails. And this is the thing. This post was only 2 hours ago and it's got 1K updates. And it's just this entire clip all over again. It's actually the first page post on the subreddit. And what this subreddit does is it's just full of like people who are just like addicted to like Twitch and then just like watch people for 20 hours a day and then post viral clips on here. And so if a post manages to get to like the first page on this subreddit, yeah, it's basically going to be talked about by almost the entire internet for a couple of days. And so once again, this is Wuthering Waves literally being thrust into the spotlight. And some could dare say the lion's den. Because remember what I said before? It's literally the second post on this page. It's mainstream. It's front page, right? In potentially like the lion's den of social media. I don't think it's going to be there for like a negative. Now it's at 1 point. Now it's at like fucking 1.6. Awesome, right? I don't think it's going to be in there for any sort of like negative attention. But it definitely is going to be another opportunity, right? For this game to cement itself as, like I've been saying before, the mainstream gacha title. The game that you're not like ashamed to say that you play. I know some people, they're ashamed to say that they play Zenless Zone Zero. They're ashamed to say that they play Genshin Impact. They're ashamed to say that they play like Honkai Star Rail. Because those are shitty games. Like, bro, if I met an Enfield player IRL, I would like. I hope I don't. Like, it's not like I ever will. There's not any left. WuWa is just one of those games now where anybody that plays good games, they go ahead and they try it. There's only like a positive review, right? There's only like a good experience, a good take to make. And to see this game effectively used as a vehicle for one man to unload months, if not years of baggage live on stream, and then somehow it's a positive experience for everybody there, I think that's kind of wild. Because this is what I'll say. I feel like this had potential to get really messy. It's messy, right? When somebody like, I'm gonna be real here, this was kind of like ugly crying, right? Like, I'm not gonna say this was beautiful crying. I'm not going to say this was pretty crying. This was kind of ugly crying, right? There's a lot of potential for stuff to go badly when you kind of like ugly cry on stream. But with the context of like this game, everything surrounding it, the dialogue, the narrative, it somehow actually didn't. It somehow didn't. And I think that's wild. And I think the quality of the collab, the quality of what's going on the screen while he's doing that crying, the context of all of that, it's a big reason for why it all occurred. And naturally, that can't happen without Wuthering Waves being a pretty damn good game. So yeah, that's our coverage on this situation right now. Because like I said before, TenZ and WuWa, bro, they're both going viral. And it's kind of all for good reasons. Some good, some bad. But hopefully you've been informed today about what's going on. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.